National Science and Maths Quiz brought to you by Isway Loans, Kingdom Books, and Newmont Gum.
Welcome to the 2018 edition of the National Science and Math Quiz. This is the 6th 1A stage contest, which features University Practice Senior High School, Bolgatanga Senior High School, and Osei Kyeretwie Senior High School. The first round, this round, is the round for fundamental concepts. I'm going to start with Osei Kyeretwie, but before I come to you, there's a preamble to all schools. This first set of questions, you'll need about 10 seconds to respond. So, preamble to all schools. The organs and tissues of organisms work together as body systems to accomplish certain tasks. Please, when I get to you, mention the systems that perform the task I tell you. Do you have the preamble? Great. So now, Osei Kyeretwie moves materials such as oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and waste products between body systems. Yes, Samuel?
Circulatory system.
Yes, that's right. Bolgatanga secretes chemical signals that allow body systems to act cooperatively as needed. Yes, Abdul Samad?
The nervous system.
Pardon?
The nervous system.
No, I'm not accepting that. For a bonus, the right answer is the endocrine system. And then university practice with the same preamble covers the body and regulates its interaction with the outside world. Yes, Emmanuel?
The integumentary system.
You are right. Next set, 30 seconds. Osei Kyeretwie. The spring constant of a spring fixed at one end is 2 kilonewton per meter. Find the period of natural oscillations of a 0.2 kilogram mass attached to the other end of the spring. Emmanuel.
Madam, we have 100 seconds.
That's incorrect for a bonus. The right answer is 0.06 seconds. Bolgatanga. A 0.4 kilogram mass is attached to the free end of a spring of spring constant 25 kilonewton per meter, which has one fixed end. Find the period of natural oscillations of the spring mass system. Abdul Samad.
0.4 seconds.
That's incorrect for a bonus. The right answer is 0.02 seconds. University practice. Find the natural frequency of a spring mass system comprising a 0.50 kilogram mass and a spring whose spring constant is 45 kilonewton per meter. Yes, Prince?
Madam, please, you have the frequency to be 1.8 times 10 to the power 2 Hertz.
That's incorrect for a bonus. Yes, Abdul Samad. Yes, Amwak.
300 Hertz. 300 Hertz.
That's incorrect. The right answer is 48 Hertz. Next set, 30 seconds, and I have a preamble. A short one. This is a preamble. Find x, given that the vectors... Did you get the preamble? All right. So Osei Kyeretwie, your vectors, A equals 3i plus xj, and B equals xi plus 6j, are perpendicular. Samuel,
Madam, X is equal to 0.
you're right. Bolgatanga with the same preamble. A is equal to 5I minus 3xj. And B is equal to 5I plus 3xj are perpendicular. Yes, Amwak.
X is 5 over 3. X is 5 over 3.
2 out of 3. X is plus or minus 5 over 3. University practice with the same preamble. A is equal to 4I plus 3j, and B is equal to 5I plus xj are parallel. Prince.
Madam, please, you have X to be equal to 15 on 4.
Pardon?
15 on 4.
Yes. At the end of the first round, Bolgatanga Senior High School has 11 points. University Practice Senior High School has 15 points. Osei Kyeretwie Senior High School has 18 points. Round 2. A cyclist travels between two towns 5 kilometers apart by cycling the first 2.5 kilometers of the journey at 3.0 meters per second and the second 2.5 kilometers at 1.0 meters per second. Calculate the average speed of the cyclist. The right answer is 1.5 meters per second. Next question. A bifilar or bifilar suspension with 2 parallel light strings at each 2 meter long oscillates harmonically in a horizontal plane. Find the ratio of the period of the oscillations when the strings are 0.25 meters apart to the period when they are 0.50 meters apart. Which of you, please? Prince.
Madam, 2:1.
Yes. Next one. What is the kinetic energy of a 4.0 times 10 raised to the power negative 20 kilogram particle whose de Broglie wavelength is 1.1 times 10 raised to the power negative 11 meters? The right answer is 4.5 times 10 to the power negative 26 joules. 30 seconds. A radioactive nuclide with mass number 238 and atomic number 92 decomposes to give a daughter nuclide of mass number 234 and atomic number 90. Name the nuclear particle. Yes, which of you, Amwak?
Alpha particle.
You're right. When a beryllium nuclide, mass number 9 and atomic number 4, is bombarded with an alpha particle, a neutron is emitted and a new nuclide is formed. Identify this nuclide. Go ahead, Prince.
Madam, the new nuclide is carbon 12, and with atomic number 6 and a mass number 12.
Yes. What are you ringing for? All right, next one. When uranium-235, atomic number 92, undergoes neutron-induced fission, 2 nuclides are formed and 2 neutrons are produced. If one of the new nuclides has a mass number 92, atomic number 36, determine the mass and atomic numbers of the second nuclide. Please raise your hand for me, Prince.
Madam, please, the new nuclide has the mass number to be 143 and atomic number to be 74.
That's incorrect. Which of you? Raise your hand. Emmanuel.
The new nuclide has a mass number of 56 and has a mass number of 142 and atomic number of 56.
The mass number is 142 and the atomic number is 56. I didn't accept because you know you have one attempt at an answer. At the end of the second round, Bolgatanga Senior High School has 14 points. Osei Kyeretwie Senior High School has 15 points. University Practice Senior High School has 25 points. Round 3, problem of the day. A very long solenoid wound with 2,500 turns per meter carries a current of 4.0 amperes. 1. Find the magnitude of the magnetic flux density inside the solenoid. 2. Find the magnitude of the torque on a square loop of wire of side 2.0 centimeters inside the solenoid, whose normal is perpendicular to the solenoid axis and which carries a current of 2.0 amperes. 3. A square loop of wire of side 2.0 centimeters inside the solenoid is rotated about an axis parallel to one of its sides and perpendicular to the axis of the solenoid at an angular frequency of 40 radians per second. Find the EMF induced in the loop. Contestants, this is your problem of the day. You may now begin. Now, contestants, my goodness, big boss. Big boss. If life were so easy, huh? Unfortunately, I can't recognize anything meaningful in your answers here. And so I'm going to give you a humanitarian point. 1 for effort. University practice. The first part, you started well. You actually knew the relationship. You substituted correctly. So knowing the relationship was worth 1, process was worth 1, I'm giving you full marks for process. So 1 more. But your final answer, something went wrong. That's not the right answer. And so you have 2 there. The second part, I think you went off in a different direction altogether. And so I can't give you anything. And then the third one, same result. So you would have had 2, but I'm adding the extra point, so that gives you 3 out of 10. Osei Kyeretwie, you also started well. You knew the relationship. You substituted correctly. And then your final answer, you didn't go ahead and do the full calculation, but the way you left it, I can't say is wrong. So I'm going to have to give you 3 for that. And then the rest of it was downhill. So there's a 3 points you earn for yourselves plus the extra humanitarian point, giving you 4 out of 10. Round 4. I'm starting with you, Bolgatanga. Adding a suitable catalyst to an equilibrium reaction is likely to increase the yield of the product. Yes, Abdul Samad, you're right. Normally, 1 mole of oxygen combines with 2 moles of gaseous SO2 to give 2 moles of gaseous SO3. For such a reaction, increasing the pressure at equilibrium will increase the yield of SO3. Yes, Prince?
Madam, it's true.
Yes. Osei Kyeretwie, for all equilibrium reactions, increase in temperature always increases the equilibrium constant. Samuel?
True.
No, that's a false statement. For the next set, I have a preamble. Please let me know when I get to your school and I give you a statement, whether the statement about the autonomic nervous system is true or false. Okay? Do you have the preamble? Do you have the preamble? All right. Good. So, it is not under voluntary control. Yes, Abdul Samad?
It's true.
Yes. It influences the cardiovascular system. Emmanuel?
Madam, is true.
Yes. It interacts with the endocrine system. Which of you, Emmanuel?
False.
No, that's a true statement. When light passes from an optically dense medium into a less dense medium, it is partially reflected and partially transmitted when the angle of incidence is less than the critical angle for the 2 media. Abdul Samad?
It's false.
Oh, that's a true statement. When light passes from one medium into an optically denser medium, it is partially reflected and partially transmitted when the angle of incidence is less than the critical angle for the 2 media. Yes, Prince?
It's true.
Yes. When light passes from one medium into a denser medium, it is totally reflected when the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle for the 2 media. Samuel?
True.
No. That's a false statement. Area of a triangle is half d squared, where d is length of a diagonal. Abdul Samad?
It's false.
Yes. Area of a rectangle is half d squared, where d is length of a diagonal. Prince?
It's false.
Yes. Area of a rhombus is half d squared, where d is length of a diagonal. Emmanuel?
True.
Aye. That's a false statement. A solution containing ethanoic acid and sodium ethanoate can act as a buffer. Yes, Abdul Samad?
It's true.
Yes. A solution of Na plus, H2PO4 minus, and Na3PO4 is a very effective buffer. Yes, Prince?
Madam, it's true.
No, that's incorrect. At the end of the fourth round, Osei Kyeretwie Senior High School has 20 points. Bolgatanga Senior High School has 28 points. University Practice Senior High School has 38 points. Fifth and final round. If you solve the riddle on the first clue, 5 points. On the second clue, 4 points. On the third or any clue thereafter, 3 points. I am a type of tissue with cells that are rigid and non-stretchable. My cells. Okay, go ahead, Emmanuel. Go ahead.
Sclerenchyma cells.
How did you know? Next one. So they solved the riddle on the first clue. 5 points. Next one. Sometimes I'm a potential calibrated in electron volts. To you, I may be energy that can be measured in joules. But no one sees me as potential energy. I am a property of positive value of an element, indeed, the atom of the element. I only make sense if the atoms are in the vapor state. I measure how easily an electron can be taken from the valence shell. Yes.
Ionization energy.
Pardon?
Ionization energy.
Yes. I was reading the last clue, and this is the rest of it. I measure how easily an electron can be taken from the valence shell and moved an infinite distance away. And yes, it's an ionization energy or ionization potential. They solved the riddle on the last clue, 3 points. In simplest form, I am a ratio. I am associated with maps or drawings of structures. Yes.
Scale.
Yes, it's a scale. The rest of the clues. I am the markings on a measuring instrument. I am also the markings on the axis of a graph. I am also a measuring instrument for determining mass of a substance. And so those were the clues. And they solved this riddle on the second clue, 4 points. Last one. I am a type of astronomical telescope. I am distinguished from the other types of astronomical telescopes by my objective. My objective is a reflective optical element. I am named for a well-known scientist. Yes, Manuel?
Galilean telescope.
No. Yes, which of you? Which of you, Prince?
Madam, the terrestrial telescope.
No. I continue. I am named for a well-known scientist who is associated with such physics topics as mechanics and gravitation. So who am I? Abdul Samad.
The Newtonian telescope.
Yes. I read all the clues. Newtonian telescope is right, and that's for 3 points. That's the end of the 5th round. At the end of the contest, here are the final scores. Osei Kyeretwie Senior High School has 25 points. Bolgatanga Senior High School has 31 points. University Practice Senior High School has 45 points. Osei Kyeretwie Senior High School, thank you for being here and best wishes to you. Bolgatanga Senior High School, thank you for being here as well. All the best. University Practice Senior High School, congratulations on winning the contest. Prepare well, and I shall see you in the quarterfinals.
The National Science and Maths Quiz brought to you by Osei Loans, Kingdom Books, and New Montcalm.